Hello, Samara. Yeah. Hello, guys. How are you? Yeah, I'm hanging in there. It's a very tough process to see Luna's health being so deteriorated. She's getting like she's not getting better. She's actually getting worse. Um, but yeah, I mean, if we have to wait. I had been giving her her medication. I believe that these are like painkillers that they gave me the pills to give her. Um, but she's having trouble like walking. She's feeling a bit dizzy. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see her like this. But at the same time, it's like I'm praying. I swear I'm praying because I don't want her to suffer. I don't want her to this suffering to prolong. But at the same time, we are trying to make her very comfortable. Taking care of her. You know, make her feel the best we can. Give her the best. And well. But yeah, it's sad to see, a pet of yours, going through that. I think that it's not just a pet. I think that it's seeing a human, like, a living thing going through those stages of deterioration, and you just, yeah, a family member, and you just, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Like, the panorama is already what it is, and I think that it's also it's a bit ironic, but we are in a Scorpio season, so it's all about letting go as well. Learning to let go, and to not hanging there and being like, oh, maybe we could do. We are doing the best we can, but yeah, the doctors say that we have to wait. And I was also checking, with another vet, to see the possibility of putting her to sleep. Not now, but maybe as the day passes, and I see her that maybe she's getting worse and worse, to put her to sleep. But it's so expensive. It's so expensive. It's like almost like $50, guys. And I don't know. I think that I even got a personal loan to keep, paying for her medical bills, like because she has her own medical bills, yeah. But I don't know. I think that my godfather is like, just let her, when she wants to leave, she will leave. She will leave this world. But it's like, I don't want to see her like that. Poor thing. She's not herself. Obviously, she is in pain. It's just that she doesn't say it because she's an animal. But yeah, the other option is so expensive that I'm like, I will have to wait. I will have to wait. Hey, Fluffy. Yeah, at this point, like I already cried. Me and my dad, we already cried. We already embraced, what this means for us, and we just want her to stop suffering. I think that, and also it's so, for us, it reminds us so much of what my mom went through with cancer. That I think that that's why we get all emotional, and we get all like sensitive about this, even though Luna is important for us. She's like a friend to me, more than a pet. But at the same time, we know that we have this sadness, and this like guilt, of like, oh, maybe we could have done this, and we should have prevented this. And no, there was no way to prevent it. It's a virus. It got into her, and it could have been her and my other cat. It could have been some of them. It's just that the other cat is younger, and probably her immune system is a bit tougher. Hey, Akira. But we lost pets before. So, yeah, it's like I was talking to my friend that she's also a therapist, and she was talking to me about this. Like, you done the best you could. You tried to get her the help, like you did get her the help that she needed. When you had your suspicions about her getting sick, and there was something wrong, and you insisted in it. Yeah, I did, and I don't want her to suffer. I think that probably that's the most like the part that infuriates me the most. I'm like, why does the animal have to suffer so much? But I think that I say this because I also felt like this before my mom passed away. She didn't like. Thank God, I know there's people that suffer in the last stages of cancer. They suffer longer, like almost a year of suffering. In the case of my mom, she was like 4 months, 4 months of just getting worse and worse and worse. So I think that it was that period that I think that I see my cat and I sort of see the resemblance of the experience of you knowing that they're going to go away, they're going to pass away, and that there's nothing you can do, and you sort of get angry, frustrated. Yeah. Yes, they are. And I'm thinking about my other cat as well, because she's very close to Luna. She's always with her. But at the same time, I think she knows that there's something wrong with Luna. She knows. Because she looks like from a distance, she looks at her a bit on the distance, she's like observing her like there's something wrong. I think that the animals know. They are wise. Yeah, that's the feeling, Fluffy. Like you feeling helpless, like you cannot, like there's nothing that you can do. Just wait. I think that's cruel, of just wait, wait for the final day. That you don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, I think that when you go through something, when you lose a loved one like this, that feeling gets stuck with you. But well, guys, I'm thankful because I have you. I have a great system of support. And you guys also have been there for me, so I'm so grateful. I know I'm not alone, and I'm grateful. Like I'm so grateful. Like I'm just. This is why I'm like I keep advancing. I keep advancing because I'm like, I think I done my best. I done my best. It's not the result that I wanted, but you know, I tried. The weight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How are you guys? How have you been doing? But it's such an Scorpio topic to be, you know, to be talking about letting go or death, literally. It's so it's so fitting, you know. It's so like intense like this. Mm. This past work weekend drained me mentally and physically. Oh. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. I had some clients actually. There's some people, I had two clients that they are sort of going through a sort of, I don't want to say depression because it's not like they are depressed, but definitely they are affected because of the election results. So they started therapy with me to have a safe space to talk about it, to express themselves about this, what it means to them. So yeah, guys, people are hanging in there. Yeah, the energies are low. I noticed that. I know I have my personal sadness, I would say, but I noticed that people overall, it's not like they are the happiest. There's people that they are going through some challenges. Yeah, and even when it seems like they win something or they recover from something, the energy still feels very low. Yeah, here, like you guys internationally, wherever you are, and for us here in my country, definitely, like it's all uncertainty. You know, people are angry. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Pluto to go to Aquarius. I believe it's going to be tomorrow that Pluto is transiting to Aquarius. I feel like finally I'm going to feel better. As a Capricorn person, I want Pluto to live with Capricorn. I want Pluto to live Capricorn. It's like, thank you, next. Yes. Mm. Yeah, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. But you know, if someone asked you, like, are you happy? You know, the answer would be like, no. It's like, I'm hanging in there. I'm not happy. But, like, um, I think that is tough. It's tough. In my country, I know that when this current president that we have today, when this person won the elections, the country went through the same. The country went through a sort of mourning process, grieving process. We are still transiting that. In my case, I don't care. Honestly, the other candidate, I didn't like neither. So it's not like I'm disappointed, no. But maybe the people that are more fanatics or, you know, they have their you know, their point of view, or they are like, oh yeah, no, this person is like this, or this person is like this, I don't like it, I don't like their ideology, I don't like this. Okay, If you want to get political, go get political. I'm not interested in getting political, but I understand that when it comes to, I believe I probably know a bit more about the US candidates than my own in my country. Because I don't know why I do this. I always look at what's going on with other presidents overseas. I don't know why. I'm passionate about the history or the things of other countries. Maybe it's Jupiter in my first house that I'm so curious about what is going on in other countries, and probably my own country, I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'm not interested. Oh yeah, Kira, you too. You too. You also went through it. Akira, did you watch the last video of Andy about this fake doctor? This woman that she said that she had a PhD in psychology and I don't know what. She really like, oh my. Yes, please do. Please do. I watched it last night and I swear that I cannot believe, yeah, I cannot believe with the awful Photoshop of those pictures how people bought that. Like, I cannot believe it. That woman is shameless. There's no way. Like, that's another step of the Lulu. That's another step of the Lulu. I don't know if you guys heard of it. What's her name, Akira? I believe it's, is it Melanie? No, not Melanie. I know the last name is Conte. That woman is the Lulu. It sort of reminds me. I had a coworker. I met someone, like I knew someone from work. That this person, it was so interesting how, because this person was like, you know, when you're like, oh yeah, I'm studying, like to be, for example, like, I don't know how you guys call these people that assist the surgeon, the people that gives the surgeon while they are operating, that they handle the tools for the operation. I don't know how you call this in English, that role. I had a coworker that they were doing this 3-year career. That I don't know how you guys call in English the career that you do 3 years, because it's not like college, it's not university, but it's not high school. It's the one in the middle. It's like a short career, I would say, a short, but it's a career. And okay, she started like studying this, and okay, yeah, she was like, you know, the years would pass by. She was like, oh yeah, you know, I approve all the the exams, you know, I done great. They congratulated me, and we were like, yes, yeah, that's great. Technical college, thank you. Technical, yeah. Here we also call it technical. And well, she was talking about this, and then she was like, oh, but you know, I also am doing another courses that they also gave me a certification to do, like to know about how to perform or to assist in heart operations, like when you have to do procedure for the heart. And she was like, oh, I know about this. And she was talking all about the technical names, you know. And, but, you know, she never, it's so interesting because she was like sort of like saying like, she was talking about what she was studying as if she was in medicine, in medical school. You know, as if you are studying to be a doctor or a surgeon herself. And that's where my confusion in her storytelling was. I was like, but you are, yeah, you are in a technical college. It's like you first have to graduate of that. And then I believe you enter, you know, to become a doctor, like medical, like. But she was sort of like implying that she already was like, she was about to graduate as a surgeon herself. And I was like, no. In my mind, I was like, yeah, I went to college. So I sort of know the steps that you have to do to graduate. And why didn't I see you graduate of this technical first? Like, it didn't make any sense. But you know, it's funny that people around her, like even her family, they would ask her for advices on what pills to take. Oh, I have a headache. What do you recommend? They would refer to her as the future doctor of the family. And I was like, but you're not a doctor. To be a doctor, you have no, like, I also know that medicine is not an easy subject. So, of course, it's not an easy career. It can be nurse, you becoming a nurse, and it's also so challenging. I understand that it's very demanding, like you have to be very smart, I know that. But I was like, you're talking from the perspective of someone that is doing like medicine, like the medical career, and you are not that yet. So why are you acting like you are a doctor when you are not? And it reminded me of this woman. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. Hey, Jalino. I don't know. I felt it like I was like, because it is the same as me, guys. I am a counselor. I have a degree in counseling, but I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I cannot. There's certain protocols. There's a code of ethics. You know that I cannot recommend people like, oh, you have to take this pill if you are feeling anxious, or if you are, you know, if you have like a pathology. I cannot see you. I have to, you know, sort of like advise you to see another professional, because I don't have the license. I don't have the license. I am a counselor. A counselor is more like, you know, yes, it's mental health, but it's from a place of like more like it's sort of a safe space where you can talk about your crisis or what you're going through, but it's a very short kind of therapy. It's not like, you know, like the psychologists or the psychiatric people that they do diagnose you. You know, they give you a diagnosis. I know about the diagnosis, but I have to check them to see if I actually can keep seeing you. Because if you show any kind of pathology, I have to, you know, sort of assign you to a professional that can help you with that, because maybe you need medication and I cannot help you with that. But if you are just a regular person that you are having issues, like personal issues, or there's a lot of things going on in your life, I can be there, like I can help you with the therapy. But counseling and psychology are two different levels, you know. Statistics. It's kind of funny when you catch these people at their own games and see them contradicting themselves when they get mixed up in their own lives. Yeah, I noticed. I was like, this woman is lying into our faces. And I know this because I have friends that are in the medical field, and also people that are studying. So this is why I find her story not only that she's lying, but also that it's so dangerous what she's doing. It's so deceiving. It's so dangerous. I'm like, if you're going to be someone of the mental health like sort of background, you are a danger because you are a liar. You're a liar. How come you're lying like this? But there's people that buy it. I don't know why. But I think that probably these people are very, because I see her, she does contradict herself. I noticed that. But there's people that probably because she mentions a lot of like technical definitions, a lot of fancy words, you know, here and there. So probably people are like, oh, and they are like, oh, I guess that sounds interesting. Yeah, that sounds complex. Yeah, I'm sure you're an expert. No. Yeah. And yeah, and there's nothing shameful about doing technical school too. Yeah. I don't know how this woman is called, Leona. But I know that her last name is Conte, but I don't remember her. Wait. Wait, if I can. Marilyn Conte. Cote. Marilyn Cote. That's her name. Marilyn Cote. She was, she also said that she worked with the FBI. Oh, no, you have to see, like, we're not even telling you the half of what, the lies that she told. I swear, you have to, like, it's like, you cannot, these people, the people that do catfishing, the cults, the MLMs, is it, like the pyramid schemes, like the Ponzi schemes, like people getting scammed, people on Tinder just pretending to be someone else. Like, I think that there's something that is not correct, guys. What is going on with society? What is going on with society that we have all these people pretending to be someone that they're not? And the worst thing, you know, if she was a Delulu, that we are like, okay, she created her own page, she photoshopped a few things about her life, okay, whatever. But she acted like a real doctor, and she even prescribed medication, real medication, a strong medication for people. What if she kills someone? No. Yeah, anyone who knows someone from the FBI knows you're not supposed. No, and if you see her pictures, no, guys, the Photoshop, like, I swear. The Photoshop. it's too on your face. It's like I'm not an expert on Photoshop, but I saw the pictures and I'm like, that background looks a bit funny. Like what is going on? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that these people, I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you who I have on my list today for their sensual and emotional needs. I have BoA. I have my bias, NCT Utah. I have Ateez Juno, actor Dohwan. Then I have Monsta X Enhypen Jake, Wavy Hendry, 17 Vernon, Chang Wook, and Rowoon. I have a lot of actors. Honestly, this average public health worker. Yeah, is it on? Oh. Is it on Friday? I know there's people that ask me to book cars for their comeback. And I thought I had time till Saturday. Then I'm going to have to book cards before I start this. I believe there's two. Also, did you watch, Samara, if you had time, did you watch you know that the leader of Monsta X and NCT Jungwoo, they have like a sort of like a mukbang show, and they invited Mihyuk and IM. And that episode, like I never seen IM so just comfortable. I love the vibe of that show. He seemed very, maybe because he is with his members. So I was so happy. Also, I need to watch her video about that. Could you know, we are being fed Angela 5 times really. Oh yeah. Akira, then I'm going to send you the link to like this Argentinian YouTuber that he's sort of a comedian, but he also does live streams, you know, about what they're, you know, what's the topic of the week, you know, of celebrities, and he does talk about this too. There's some Argentinian slang, of course, but I'm sure that you can get the hang, like especially when he's making jokes. I'm going to link because he's hilarious. Like when he talks about her, oh no, he made fun so much. Like he made fun of her because I believe she got in the cover of Women of the Year, something like that, and oh my, he was. Yeah, that. Do you know him? That couple, Amor. Ah, yeah, her dad bought that. There's no explanation. Yeah, that's what this man that's what this man was saying. Like he was like, yeah, she's like the, we're not going to say it here, but in Spanish we have a saying for that kind of woman that steals what is not hers, or has a taste for something that is not hers. But of course that he's also to blame. We are not here like shaming only her, but I think that what is annoying of her is that she's trying to sort of clean her image or act all like, oh, she's like a proper lady. Like, no, 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 you are not. Just admit it. You are not. uh, Okay, guys, I'm going to pull then for Ateez. I see that there's like 22 people. Can you please give a like to the live stream, guys? I appreciate it if you do. Okay. Um, Okay, for Ateez comeback, let's see how they're going to do. Okay, we start with the Six of Pentacles for Ateez, Six of Cups, Knight of Swords in the middle, Nine of Pentacles, and King of Wands. Yeah. I mean, definitely, yeah, this comeback is going to be very, very courageous because I have the Knight of Swords in here. So definitely, once again, Ateez is going to do a very brave move, or their concept is going to be very like strong. Maybe the lyrics, there's something about them. I think that there's something about them wanting to give back to the fans, or give back because of their support. We have two six here, the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. So there's this feeling of memories. There's something about them wanting to sort of give back to the fans. I mean, like, thank you guys for the support, or thank you for loving what we do and how we do it, and appreciate our artistry, or the way, or our concepts, or it's like we are so proud that they get it, that they get what we are about. That probably there's and I think that it's not just the fans. I think that it's also maybe the industry. There's something about them being courageous and taking a lot of risk in their concept, and people just accepting Ateez like what they bring. What they want, what Ateez brings is like they thank God they don't have, like, they don't get backlash or criticism. And maybe if they ever somehow, maybe at some point in their careers they did have some challenges, or if they had to apologize about something, they did it. But I think that there's something about them being so brave and just carrying this very strong energy, strong messages. I think that they have the archetype of the warrior. There's something with the Knight of Swords that I think that they don't slow down their energy or their style. They keep maybe talking about fighting certain things. I don't know who they fight, or maybe in their concepts what they feel like they are promoting, sort of like standing out, like standing up against certain. I guess that because it's the Knight of Swords, it could be certain injustices. So maybe, you know, their concept is going to be like this once again, to talk about, you know, let's be brave, you know, let's confront this, you know, let's stop these people or this energy. I don't know. I think that they still have this very rebellious and very outspoken, you know, probably. I think that whatever it seems like they are fighting a cause. Like they have a sort of like a mindset, or they have they have a philosophy. I don't know. Maybe the fans know what they defend, but it seems like they are going to bring it back. But yeah, I think that also they. And I think that probably there's something about them, because they are so brave, that they always want to strive for doing something different. This is why we have the Six of Cups. You know, the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles is like, thank you for not opposing our growth or our changes, you know, because we will keep changing. We will not do the same. So thank you for supporting our authenticity. So it's great. And yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I think that they're going to do great. The Nine of Pentacles, it's very successful. It's them. I don't see them competing with others, or winning against other people. I think that they have a level of success that it's like uncomparable. You cannot compare it with others. I don't see Ateez work or this comeback being like, oh, because, you know, they are against these people, this group and this other group. It seems like Ateez is in another category. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because people don't mess with Ateez. It's like, you know, that usually, especially these past months, there has been a lot of talks and a lot of drama around certain names of groups, certain people being mentioned, you know, a lot of drama in the industry. And I think that for Ateez, it seems like they are focused on working, on keep working and keep being their rebellious self, while the others still are fighting each other, you know. So I see them very strong and very successful, honestly. With the King of Wands also, once again, breaking through or overcoming a lot of things and just becoming more amazing than what they already are. So I think that they are very strong. They are very strong, and they're going to do very well, and everything that they do is going to be well received. But I think that it has to do because they are not wasting time, you know, in comparison to maybe what's going on with other groups, that there's a lot of drama or there's a lot of talk. Maybe even it has to do with the big four or the big three. I don't know. The drama, you know, high the same. And it's like, since they are out of the picture, it's like, you know, we are taking this moment to work, you know, while others are fighting, we are producing. You know, it's like this is their way to climb, I would say, to be superior, but it's not about beating someone, because I don't see Ateez competing with someone or with a group. I think that they're just being themselves, and they are like competing with the past self. You know, they are like, we are competing with our past version. We want to be better than what we did in the past. So, yeah. Yeah, they are above this. Yeah, this is why they have the nine of Pentacles, because they have this well-deserved reward that is like, we are not in that. No, we are just artists. You know, we are busy. We don't do this. We don't do this. Oh. Is Nine of Pentacles and It Girl Boy card for you as well? It Girl Boy. Yeah, probably it could be like the energy of it boy or girl, or just a very prestigious brand, or if it's a group, it's like the image of the group is like you cannot talk bad about them because they are above, you know, maybe, and it's not above because they are privileged. It's more about hard work. You know, when you perfectionate yourself, when you kept working and working and trying and you practice so much, you perfectionated the craft so much that you came to a level of excellence, if that's possible. And I think that that's the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, you don't get to the Nine of Pentacles just because you're famous or because you are adored because of, you know, how you look. The Nine of Pentacles is like the satisfaction of you seeing, yeah, that you are doing great, that you're prosperous, but it's because of the hard work. And it's also because of probably putting a lot of effort, working extra hours, you know, studying more than the rest, you know, sort of standing out. But yeah, it's all because of effort. It's not something that someone gives you, you know, and it's like, okay, I will give you the title of It Girl and It Boy or It Group because I love your vibe, guys. No, it's more about hard work. It's more about hard work. Hard work giving results, exactly. And the nine is finally you've been able to see that you are at the top. That you are at the top. That you should congratulate yourself because you are in a different level. You are not average. You had mastered yourself. Also, I'm drinking mate because I have a sore throat. I don't know if I'm going to get sick soon, but yeah, I have like, it's not I have a cold, but my throat hurts. Okay, I'm going to start with BoA. With BoA and her sensual and emotional needs. Let's see. Yeah, I hope it goes away before it gets. Yeah, me too. I hope. Oh. Yeah, for BoA we have the card of unrequited desire. Body positive and Three of Cups. Yeah, definitely. She's at least from the sensual part. I wonder if she has or had a bit of frustration when it comes to her sensual needs. Um, because I feel like there's something about her not being able to accomplish that level of satisfaction when it comes to her sensual or sexual needs. Maybe she has like she feels a desire, or at some point she felt a desire, a strong desire for someone, and this was unrequired. Um, because I do feel like her feeling lonely or misunderstood in this sense. There's something about her desires being a bit blocked. Like probably it's not that she is not doesn't find satisfaction. I think she does, but I think that there's something about her getting fixated in the one that got away. Or, you know, when you usually, there's a point in your life, maybe for some, maybe some had experienced this and some haven't. But you know, when you like someone or you experience a attraction for someone in a specific, and that person doesn't feel the same, and probably I think that there's something about her feeling frustrated about that not being able to, because maybe she kept this, you know, when you pray, probably it's not just sexual, maybe it's her falling in love with someone in secret and not telling this person. So there's this feeling of like the person that I really wanted, like the person that it was really my type. He or that person never saw her like this. You know, she felt a bit like lonely in this, like not reciprocated. So it could affect a bit her. And I also think that it's very interesting with this card. I think that there's a feeling of like, you know, that usually when you are very successful or when you are doing really well, and she's a very attractive woman at the same time, maybe people think that you don't have trouble like getting a date or just, you know, getting the person that you want. But I think that in her case, maybe her fame is like a sort of obstacle to experience this closeness to the ideal or the person that she really likes. You know, there's something about like, oh, I wanted this person, but this person didn't want me. So, you know, even famous women go through this. This is not just because, you know, oh, you're famous, you marry, you know, the beautiful person or the equally successful guy, I don't know. So I think that this is why she maybe is a bit picky when it comes to the person that she likes, because I think that there's a incompatibility, or maybe there's like a wrong timing. The people that approach her are not her type, and the people that she really likes, they don't like her, or they are already taken, or they see her like a friend, or they just are intimidated by her being so successful. So there's like, you know, when you cannot meet each other, there's something in there. Because yeah, we have body positive. So also I think that again, like the other day that I read for another person, I believe it was an actress, that I said about her not liking the typical Korean men, maybe. Maybe she likes another type of person, or she likes, maybe she's attracted to foreigners, or she's attracted to a type of person that is not like the typical pale, skinny, and I don't know, just like the standard. You know, I think that she's curious about other races and other body types. And she's actually very open-minded. I see that she's very open-minded. She's curious as well about other races. But I think that she feels very lonely. There's something about her being like, I will never meet this person. Like, this is why we have the Three of Cups. There's something about her focusing more on her people. I would say the Three of Cups is more like a community, like, oh, I have my friends, or I have my people, I have my crew, and I'm just happy like this. I will probably remain single for a while because I cannot find that one-on-one connection. I think that she hasn't experienced this. I don't know, does anyone know if she had like a long-term relationship with someone, if this was known? I see her very lonely. You know, when I see this unrequited desire, I'm like, you know, she's sort of like, she's a kind of person that if it's not with the person that she likes, she doesn't want someone else. She probably, yeah, has a hard time letting go. It's like she has it's not about an ideal, but I think that probably she had an infatuation, or she was in love with someone in secret for a lot of years, and sort of waiting and wishing for this person to finally reciprocate this. And while she waited, there's this sense of frustration, like he doesn't see me like that. I desire the person, I desire him or the person, but they don't want me back, or they don't feel how I feel, you know. So there's but I think that she's very open-minded. Honestly, like, I don't see her, you know, like, oh, I'm romantic, I'm a hopeless romantic. If it's not Prince Charming, it's not going to be someone else. But I think that at this point, she probably is more comfortable. She finds an emotional fulfillment, or she fulfills her emotional needs through her community or her friends, you know, or her family. You know, there's something about her meeting different, being part of different groups, or just, you know, being part of her friend's life, and she finds content and happiness in this. But I don't see desires of like, oh, I want a romantic, you know, a scenario. I think that maybe her view of romance is a bit different as well. Mm-hmm. Yes, idols struggle with their crushes as well. Yeah, definitely, definitely. There's like a misconception, you know, that the most popular like singer, actress is like, you will get all the men, you know, lining up for you, and you don't know why they want you. Do they want you because, you know, they love you, or is it because they want your fame, or they want to take money away from you? You don't know. Okay, let's move on to my bias, to Utah. It's sensual and emotional needs. Okay, for Utah. We start with taking the plunge. This card, I believe 10 got this card, taking the plunge. Standing alone. And Three of Swords. So I don't know who broke my bias heart, or if he's going through some kind of heartache or disappointment about a connection. But I see him a bit like, I mean, I think that is very interesting because when it comes to his sensual or sexual needs, with taking the plunge, I think that definitely he's open. like there's something about him, and this is like literally a person like just being under the sea, and so sort of taking the plunge in the deepness, of maybe in here we can sort of see that he is a bit courageous when it comes to his desires or his sensual needs or his sexual needs. There's something about him like, if it's the person for me, I would take the plunge. Like if I feel the attraction and if I like this person and also like the environment is fitting, the situation is right, the timing is correct, I will go for it. So I see him really when it comes to his sensual or sexual needs, he's much more free. Also because, this person is naked. So there's something about him showing himself for who he is. So I think that when it comes to his sensual or sexual needs, there's something about him not hiding that he likes sex or that he feels sensual in his skin and that he's like, I am very good at seduction, or I'm very good at creating the right atmosphere for us to enjoy sex. So I see him very courageous. Maybe at this point in his life, he's sort of experimenting more. He's sort of like, maybe going out more or just, maybe, arranging more his time or his schedule to be able to maybe go out more or to just, I don't know, have this moment of intimacy with someone in a specific. But there's something about him being very courageous in this part of his life. His probably is like, I think that my needs are sort of a priority right now. I need to feel sensual. I need to feel sexual. I need to enjoy this. I need to go for it. There's something about him becoming much more like, brave, and also curious. It's like, I will go for it. I will go for it. Like, but I think that there's also, something about him maybe feeling a bit much more free. So maybe he has like the right environment or he met the right person that he can have this sort of like encounters, and he's like, yeah, I will do this. I will go and talk to this person. I will go and meet with this person, or I will go and act accordingly to my desires. I will not hide. I will not act like, oh no, I don't do that. No, yeah, he does do that. So definitely in the sensual part, he's a bit much more liberated than before. So, and I think that he's enjoying himself because taking the plunge, I think that for him is a huge step, but at the same time, it also means that he feels reciprocated. There's something about him probably daring to try to initiate something, and he actually was successful. So this is why he's a bit shameless now. He's like, okay, yeah, I feel like, I can attract a few people, so yeah, I will go for it. Maybe in the past he was like, I don't know, I don't trust. Now he's like, yeah, I'm open, call me. And when it comes to his emotional needs, we have standing alone. This is very Utah, actually, because, yeah, we talk about his liberation in the sexual part and everything, and him being courageous. But when it comes to maybe his emotional needs, and the car of standing alone, that the other day we were talking about how this car reminds me of the hermit. I think that he still is guarding his feelings. He's still like sort of, covering himself in an emotional way. I would say he's not like that open. He's not like, probably this is why he's enjoying the sensual part and not getting involved emotionally. Or maybe if he's going through something emotionally himself, he's dealing with this on his own. He's not, talking to a friend about it. He's not opening up to strangers about it. He's keeping it everything to himself. He's just like, this is my business. This is my issue. And I'm not waiting for someone to save me. I'm sort of dealing with this on my own. I think that we also have the Three of Swords. So I would say he's like covering himself from something, or he's like, he's hanging in there. There's some deep wounds, some deep pain that he has emotionally, that he's like, I don't want to bother others with my sadness or with my with how I'm feeling right now, so I better just, not talk about it. I avoid talking about it, and I just go, and whenever I feel like I'm getting a bit sensitive, I go and I lock myself in a room, and I'm just by myself, trying to process the sadness that I'm feeling. So definitely emotionally, for whatever he's going through, I don't see him just opening up. And I think that when it comes to his emotional needs, I think that this is his way of sort of trying to regain strength and not to rely on others to give him emotional fulfillment. He's sort of, thinking like, okay, I have to deal with this on my own. Nobody can save me. I only have me to save. Like, he's thinking from a, very individualistic point of view, but maybe it also has to do that, if he's going through some heartache, there's something about him just thinking that this is a very personal process, or this is a very personal issue. So he's like, I'm just standing here strong, and I'm not going to open up to others. This is not the moment. This is not the moment I don't want a shoulder to cry on. I'm going to be fine by myself. I'm okay by myself. I feel like Scorpios can be either completely into a relationship and doing the healing transformation the hard way with some codependency, or the complete opposite, locking themselves in a room, like you said. Yeah. Yeah. They are really hard to get to know. Yeah, very hard to get to know. If they don't let you in, you're not going to get in. Okay, let's move on to Ateez Juno. His sensual and emotional needs. Ah, he's such a lover. He's such a lover. He's such a lover, Juno. We start with the ideal romance. And we have also the Game of Love, and we have the Two of Cups. So yeah, it gives me Cupid vibes. It's like he's just so loving, so romantic. And here with the ideal romance in the part of the sensual part, definitely for him, probably like the sensual part and the emotional part are both linked together, are both intertwined with each other. There's something about like maybe love and sex just meaning the same thing for him, and he cannot have one without the other. I think that he also is very idealistic. Probably there's something about him just having an ideal. He has to have the ideal situation. The ideal romance is like the perfect scenario, the perfect first encounter, the love at first sight experience. He is an idealist. He is a dreamer, I would say. And he probably is so romantic that he believes in love at first sight, or he believes in the magic of encounters and coincidences, and I don't know, serendipity and all those things that just makes him feel very sweet and very innocent even. I would say he is a bit innocent inside. He's a bit like a child, you know. And also the game of love, you know, him also being very playful, you know, when he likes someone, he is very provocative in the sense that he can pick a bit on the person that he likes just to get their attention, you know, and just being a bit, you know, jealous or possessive or annoying, you know, in general, just to get the other person's you know, attention. It's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, you know, like the you know, like children, you know, it's like, look at me, like, don't look at nowhere else, just look at me, you know, I am important. So I see him just being very, but definitely he loves the one-on-one conversations, you know, when he is near the person that he likes or that he feels attracted to, it's like he doesn't want any interruptions. It's like, I only care about my person. So there's something about him probably, you know, being this serial dater. I don't know if that's the right word in English, but in Spanish we usually call like a serial dater someone that is always in a relationship because they just love, you know, to have a partner, or they love the romance, or they love the connection. So it's like they need the other part, you know, they need to have this. And in here, I definitely do see this, you know, with the Two of Cups. I think that he's like, you know, I'm not complete if I'm not with my other half, or if I don't have this romantic scenario with this person. You know, I need to meet my person. I need to meet my soulmate. You know, he has this sort of very idealistic view. That you know, and also that probably love and sex and attraction, it all has to be very harmonious for him, very, like, yeah, there could be some tension, some playfulness, but never aggression, you know, never something that is out of place or that is a bit tacky, you know, that you're like, oh, why are you acting like this? So probably, you know, he likes also a very traditional person, you know, a bit old-fashioned, I would say, because he wants the ideal romance. You know, there's something about him just being like, you know, I want to be that person's first love, and I want this person to be my first love. You know, there's something about him idealizing. I don't know if he had watched a lot of movies, romantic movies, and this is why he's, you know, there's something just very innocent about his view of relationships, and he's like, it has to be perfect, it has to be the ideal. If it's not the ideal, I don't want it. Like, and for him, relationships and connection and attraction and his emotional needs, it's all about balance. It's like I think that he's not a person that he wants the beautiful part of a relationship. I would say that if things get challenging, I don't know how he will react. I think that if things get challenging with his partner, he would sort of act in denial, you know, to sort of like, no, we're okay. We are okay. We will go through this. It's like, you know, we will remain together, like no matter what. Because I see him just trying to keep the relationship the way it is, you know, like, no, we are perfect for each other. We don't abandon each other. We remain together. You know, we face this together. We are one. You know, so yeah, I see him just very like this. Probably he also talks a lot about his special someone, if he has it. He talks a lot about that person is the perfect person. It's like, it doesn't matter what other people say. He's like, no, my partner is the perfect person. I don't care what others say. He's so blinded in love, so blinded. Okay, I'm going to continue with actor Dohwan. I'm going to write it down just in case. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, for him. Yeah. Okay, for this actor, for Dohwan, we have jealousy and possessiveness. We have the warrior of love. We have the 5 of Cups. So why all these cups? Like, why do I feel like this very exhausting energy already? First of all, with jealousy and possessiveness, it already lets you know what kind of lover he is, even though, you know, maybe you can have like a casual thing with him, you know, a one night stand, or, you know, just having sex with him and that's it. I think that even though you can be like a casual lover, he still is going to be possessive. He's still going to be jealous, and he's still going to demand things of you, demand answers, or just being, you know, behind you all the time. Like, what are you up to? Like, why didn't you talk to me? Like, why didn't you tell me this? You know, as if you guys were in a relationship, or as if you guys were exclusive, and actually maybe you are not exclusive. So I see him that probably for him, maybe he's when it comes to his sensual or sexual needs, I think that maybe he thinks that, you know, having sex is like possessing the other person, and sort of being like, oh, because you were intimate with me, you somehow are like, you know, you're mine. You know, even though maybe we're not together like this, but yeah, you're mine because once we were together so intimately. So I think that probably for him, maybe he also mixes his emotions. You know, sometimes there's people that they say that we women, we are more emotional during sex, you know, and I think that there's something about him, probably, I get the vibe that he's like this. Probably he gets attached to situationships that I think that he also is a bit contradictory, because I don't see that he's like, oh no, that person is my partner, my official partner, this is why I get possessive. No, I think that he just gets possessive because you had something with him. And it's like, if he, for example, if he had like a past lover, or he had something with someone, and then he finds out that this person is dating someone else, he's like, oh my, like that person used to date me first. You know, there's something about him just feeling a bit restless. So I wonder if he, like, emotionally, he's a bit immature, I would say. There's a lot of vibe of him being a bit immature, also a bit impulsive, also with the warrior of love. You know, I can sort of see him, you know, when it comes to his emotional needs. I think that probably he experiences love as if it was a competition, or maybe when it comes to his emotional needs, he feels like he has to fight others for the love, or for his emotional needs to be met. So there's something about him, yeah, acting a bit prematurely, and maybe just, you know, seeing competition, or seeing people sort of getting in his way, or getting in his way of finding love, or between him and his lover, you know, so he gets all like a bit exaggerated. I would say he gets a bit dramatic. A bit, he starts arguing with the kind of jealousy and possessiveness. You know, there's something about, like, if you tell him that you had an ex, or like if you have a past, if you have someone before him, he probably also gets a bit sensitive about this. It's like, no, I'm the only one. Like he can be a bit much, I would say, emotionally, you know. But I think that also with the Five of Cups, you know, maybe he didn't have many good experiences in love. Maybe he was betrayed in the past. Maybe he was cheated on in the past. So there's something that it's sort of like it's it gets in the way of his actual experiences in the moment. And I think that he sort of finds this need to become this warrior, you know, like I have to defend my lover, I have to defend the person that I love because someone is going to get in the middle and they are going to destroy us, so I have to fight, you know. And actually no, it's not like that. Maybe he himself, he also, with the way he acts, maybe he also brings drama, unnecessary drama, and sabotages the connection without him realizing that actually it's not about this person's past or their friends. It's more about him sort of getting a bit much, like a bit possessive, and also accusing people of things that maybe they are just ghosts, you know. It's not like he thinks, but he definitely is reacting from a place of regret. He definitely lost someone in the past and he wasn't able to move on. So this is like a defense mechanism of his. Every time he feels desire for someone, or he feels like, oh, this is a connection, okay, this is my person, I'm going to date this person, or I have an emotional connection with this person, I have the fear that I'm going to lose this person too. So probably in the past he lost someone, or he did something that made this person walk away, so he feels regretful and he gets reactive. He's like, I have to prevent this from happening all over. And actually he's like, you know, sort of participating into making this happen with, you know, his very jealous attitude. You know, he is a bit intense. Yeah. Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, but maybe he is also jealous. He does give me vibe that he's a bit insecure. He's a bit insecure. But maybe, yeah, because maybe I don't know, he had someone that he loved that, I don't know, they ran away with someone else and he felt very betrayed. And this is why he gets like this. Okay, I'm going to continue with Monsta X. I am. His sensual and emotional needs. Okay. For him, we start with soft whispers. And then we have the lady who waits. That this card, I believe, like 10 got the other day, 4 of Wands. So yeah. I think that he definitely, yeah. You can, when it comes to his sensual needs, he's a very sensorial person. He's very sensitive to literally whispering or a kind of very sweet voice. And also maybe he also is like a partner, is a lover that he uses his voice to seduce the other person. So I think that for him, the sensual experience or what makes him feel fulfilled is this very gentle person, you know, a very gentle voice, whispers, this very gentle communication. It can be sexy as well, but it has to be gentle. It has to be soft, It's like, I want this person to talk to me or to whisper in my ear, but I want this person's voice to soothe me, to soothe my anxiety, to sort of calm me down with their whispers, with their voice, sort of like a sound therapy, I would say. But I think that he definitely gets sort of taken away, and he's able to relax and enjoy the intimacy with someone if this person is very soft. It's very soft like this. And he pays a lot of attention to the person's voice, how they talk, their tone. And I think that for him it's very important because maybe also he himself has a very soft tone, or he has a very sexy voice, but he's very soft, when he's in the mood for love and for sex, maybe he also whispers. So there's something just very calming about this. He's not like, oh, I want this to be sexual and raw. No, he's much more like, I want a partner that can actually calm me down, with their voice, with their touch, just be a very gentle lover. This is what he needs, this is what he feels like so attracted. And it's like hypnotize me. There's something about him be like, please hypnotize me, like take my mind away from the usual worries or from my own voice, that I sometimes cannot just, turn off my brain. So please be gentle and help me relax, help me relax. And once I am relaxed, then I'm able to enjoy the sensual part of our experience together. But then, when it comes to his emotional needs, we have the lady who waits. So I think that he's, what can I say? I think that I said also about 10, I said this. And I think that the lady who waits, it can definitely show you a bit of passivity. There's something about I am probably when it comes to his emotional needs. He's sort of waiting for the other person to satisfy his emotional needs. I think that he's very comfortably, not lifting a finger, and he's like, yeah, I just hope that this special person makes me happy, or I don't know, makes me feel like I'm fulfilled. Because there's something about him not even knowing himself what is emotional fulfillment. There's something about him probably having this very optimistic view of like, oh, the right person will know what to do to provide this emotional fulfillment that I need. This person will be able to do it. I will just sit here and wait. He's like that idealistic, I would say. He's like that. It's not like, and also I think that there's something about his energy that just feels very, very calm. He's not in a rush. He's not in a rush. He's not overthinking, his needs. He's like, yeah, I have needs, but at the same time, he's slowing down. He's like very slow. He's very slow. He's very slow. He's like, with the right person, I will feel comfortable. This is why he will be like the lady who waits. He will be like the one that I just am seated here comfortably, and maybe this person will be the proactive one, the one that takes a charge in the relationship, and the one that is like, discovers him and is like, I know what you need. And he's like, yeah, please figure me out. Yeah, please tell me what I need, because I have no idea. I have no idea. But at the same time, the lady who waits is like, he's not close. He's actually available to the experience of like, yeah, please tell me more about myself, because actually, I don't know. I never paid attention to this. but I'm curious. I want to know. So yeah, but yeah, probably someone that can be a bit much more proactive, can be this kind of very fulfilling lover as well. But yeah, he doesn't do much. But he's not worried. He's just comfortable being himself, his beautiful self. Um, and yeah, with the Four of Wands, yeah, I think that also with the Four of Wands, there's something probably about him also in his community or with his group of people. He's feeling so happy. He's feeling so happy. He's feeling so fulfilled when it comes to his achievements, and maybe there's something about him feeling proud of ending an era or ending a project of his, or maybe ending the year, and he looking back and being like, I did everything, me and my group, or me and my people, we accomplished all this, we finished all this in time and in place, and I feel proud and I feel passionate, and I can proudly say that I made it, that I made it, that we made it, and I'm happy. Now it's all celebration for him. He's just, chilling. There's nothing going on in his life that he's like, oh, I regret this, I wish I done this differently. No, he's happy. He's so happy. I don't know if it's because some members of his are coming back, but he's so happy. So I believe he maybe overcame some fears of his, or maybe he accomplished certain winnings, certain achievements. He's like, I finished this. I think that there's something about him, just for him it's a huge accomplishment to finish something. So I wonder if he is a person that probably he gets a bit indecisive, and he's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I already told people that I'm going to do this, so I have to finish this. And maybe he feels very pressured in this. It's like, I have to finish this because I promised people I would. So I don't know if maybe in the past he sort of had to leave certain projects unfinished, and he felt very guilty about it. But now with the Four of Wands, there's this feeling of pride, of celebrating with his people, and it just feels like a huge party, huge celebration, and there's a lot of happy moments, and energy. He feels so passionate. He's like, I made it, and people are proud of me. So yeah, he's happy. He's happy, definitely. He's just trying getting out of the communication part. Yeah. He's like, you can do all the talking. You just tell me what I do and I will just do it. Okay, Enhypen Jake. Yeah, for Enhypen Jake, yeah, we have physical attraction. And we have seeking pleasure and Four of Swords. So yeah, he has a lot of sexual fantasies, definitely. I don't think he's doing much about it, but he does. I don't see him active, but I think that he does have a lot of sexual needs. And I think that for him it's not so much like, oh, I want to fall in love. It's more like I want like, a very passionate affair, and I want pleasure. I just want to feel pleasure. That's all. And yeah, with the physical attraction in the sensual part, yeah, definitely for Jake, it's all about visuals. He loves. He has to feel the attraction. This is not about any specific ideal. I think that he just has to feel like the attraction, the fire. He has to feel that the tension. He definitely has to feel that. Like for him, it's not just like, oh, you're just pretty and sitting there. Like he has to feel the the tension between the two of you, the chemistry. I think that for him is, and also he's very visual. He's very visual. So probably, when it comes to his sensual parts, his sensual needs, maybe he also loves sensual women. People that dress in a very sensual way, or that the way they act is very alluring, is very sensual. It definitely caught your attention. It's not someone that you're like, oh yeah, like yeah, they're cute. It's like, I don't think he likes cute. I think that in this point in his life, he probably is more into the much more like exuberant, or just a beautiful and just sensual person. I think that he definitely, but honestly, also with the kind of seeking pleasure, I think that definitely his, this energy really feels like a guy that, it's in that period in his life where he has all his hormones, all going crazy. There's something about him feeling like this. I don't see that he's like, oh, I wish I could be in a relationship and my partner could give me this and I could give them this. No, he's like, I just want pleasure. Like, I just want sexy time. I just want a very passionate encounter, and a lot of sexual tension, and this sort of reminds me of someone like coming from the imagination of a teenager, of when you are in that phase, especially males, that they are in this phase that they think about 24/7 is sex. Well, he is like this. I don't see him just being, and in this point in his life, I don't see him being like, oh, because I'm a romantic, and and I watch a lot of movies about love stories. No, I think that he wants a very volatile and passionate, in just a scandalous, like, sort of connection. And I think that probably is part of his fantasies, because yeah, with the Four of Swords, that the keyword is solitude. Definitely, I don't see him fulfilling this at this moment. I don't think he had the possibility to experience this, but definitely is part of his needs. Maybe he's like, yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need. I need strong emotions. I need to feel a strong attraction towards someone, because if I don't feel it, I'm not interested. I think that he definitely wants to experience this very hot romance, I would say, and maybe it's his ideal, in his mind, he's like, I want to experience this kind of very intense romance with someone, and I really want to live this. Or I think that this is also not just hormones going crazy, but I think that probably Jake is sort of looking for an external, how can I say this, like an external motivation, for you to be like, okay, life is worth living. Like, I really want to experience a very passionate love. Like, I'm tired of routine, I'm tired of obligations, I'm tired of, being surrounded by boring people. Maybe he's bored. Maybe he himself is bored. Maybe he notices that he's sort of losing a bit of fire, or maybe he's feeling a bit dissatisfied with his life. And he's like, I wish I could feel this strong emotion and attraction towards someone, so this can sort of like spark my life, as a young person. But yeah, with the Four of Swords, I don't see it at the moment. I actually see him very isolated, with the Four of Swords. I see him being a bit of an introvert, so probably he's also someone that maybe he's not, I don't know, I haven't watched Jake's, how he behaves or what, but probably he's a very lonely guy, or there's something about him being very introverted. So I wonder if people are like, no, he's actually a bit shy, or he's a bit awkward socially. So, but no matter that, if he is socially awkward or not, his needs are very intense. So definitely, this man is a very Scorpio guy. He's a very Scorpio man. He has strong needs, and he has like high standards. He probably is like, I don't know when, but at some point I'm going to live this. I'm going, like, my desire, like, I want to live this very passionate love story with someone. And of course it has to start with this connection being very, being filled with pleasure, because definitely he's looking for pleasure. He's like, I'm tired of my routine. I want to feel pleasure when I'm with someone. I want to know what that is in the arms of someone else. But I think that with the Four of Swords, he probably is a bit shy. I don't know, but it is because actually there's a lot of people that actually they have very strong fantasies, and you look at them and they are all shy. They are all like serious, and you're like, oh, I'm sure you are not into that, but actually they do have it. They do have it. They have wild fantasies, wild. But probably he's a bit bored of his life. There's something about him feeling very isolated of whatever, or disconnected of, his emotional needs. And also, let's not even mention his sensual needs. It's like, probably he doesn't even have time to think about it. Probably he's very tired as well. But when he dreams high. Okay, I'm going to continue with wavy Hendry. For Wendery, we have Beyond Words, and we have wait, I want to see if I can, Longing and Desire. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, Manifestation, it says. So I think that for Hendry, yeah, another one that he's like, he really loves like essential experience. He's not a sexual guy. I think that he's much more like a sensual guy. Like Beyond Words is like, we look at each other in the eyes. We don't say anything, and the atmosphere, it's all sensual, and it's all romantic, and love is in the air, and like everything is so soft, and it's so hypnotic, but it's so everything is in harmony. You know, everything is beautiful. You're beautiful. I'm beautiful, and he's so gentle. I think that he really, I don't know why. When I think about his sensual needs, I think that this guy is definitely into making love. You know, people that usually, yeah, you differentiate between having sex and making love. And for him, I would say that he probably doesn't refer to, you know, or making, like having sex or having intimacy. He's much more like, no, I believe in making love. Like when I'm with this person, I want to make love to this person. You know, it has to be a very intimate, out of this world experience, you know, sort of treating sex or his sensuality as if this was like an art. You know, I sort of see him like probably he worries a lot about his other, he's a special person to experience pleasure. You know, I see him very pendant on making his partner enjoy themselves, you know, and actually like feel the pleasure. And he's like, you know, like the perfect, he wants to be like the perfect lover. I see him like, trying to achieve a level of, you know, like you know what to do, you know how to move, you know what perfume to wear, you know how to dress yourself. Like there's a, like I don't know why it gives me like geisha vibes for Hendry. There's something for him that he takes it seriously. You know, for him it's like, I want to give you a very unforgettable experience. You know, it's like, I want you to talk good about me. Like like it's not about him being the best that person ever has, but he's like, I want to please you. So he sort of, I see it more from a very, you know, just a very considerate lover. You know, he's very romantic. He's very much into details. You know, he's like, no, I want this to last all night long. I'm going to give you massages. Like he's going to drag the experience, the foreplay. You know, he's going to drag all of them, definitely. Because he's like, I want to make it last. You know, it's for him. It's like an art. It's like an art. This is why I was like, is this like a sort of geisha, like a sort of like, I don't know. It seems like something very serious for him. You know, he definitely wants to give his best. You know, in this aspect, and with his emotional needs, we have longing and desire. So I think that it's very interesting, this card, because if you see, there's this person holding like a silver bowl or plate, I don't know, but it's like holding it up high, and this person is like, oh, I want to reach it, and they're like, no, you're not going to be able to reach it. So there's something with longing and desire that I think that he's very much into, you know, sort of postponing satisfaction, you know, and I know that this is very contradictory to what I said about him wanting his partner to experience pleasure while they are with him. I think that when it comes to his emotional needs, he is a bit contradictory. I would say he either loves this person to play hard to get, and him chasing and sort of, you know, having this longing, this desire of like, okay, I want to get them, I want to get their love, I want to get their attention, and I feel like I cannot reach them. Or is the opposite. He is the one that plays hard to get when it comes to his emotional needs. You know, him being a bit manipulative or being a bit elusive and being like, yeah, I had a great time with you, yeah, that was great, but you know, emotionally right now I'm not in a good place. I cannot give you what you need, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, I think that there's something that also it sounds a bit sadomasochist, like him sort of like longing for someone that he cannot have, or him being the sort of him he could be also playing hard to get. You know, him also being like, when you want to get to him emotionally, he's always out of reach. You know, or there's something maybe about him emotionally that probably he's like, I don't know what I need emotionally. I don't know what I need. I only know that I haven't reached it yet. So yeah, this could be also maybe him also, you know, being hung up emotionally, being in love with someone else, or being in love with someone that is not, doesn't feel the same for him, or him being the object of desire of someone, and he's sort of playing hard to get. So there's a lot of indecision, I would say, but it's all like, I think that if this was like him being caught up or being emotionally connected to someone that is not available for him, I think that he sort of enjoys the longing and the desire, you know, him being like, oh yeah, I know I cannot, this person cannot give me the emotion, cannot meet my emotional needs, or they cannot satisfy my emotional needs, but I still want them. So yeah, he's a bit like this, you know, he's a bit complex like that. So he doesn't suffer actually, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, that is manifestation. So I think that he's also a very patient lover. So about this longing and desire, if he's sort of waiting for someone to choose him, and he's sort of having to wait and just having to pray for this person to love him or acknowledge him or value him, I think that he's very patient. You know, with the Ace of Pentacles, it gives me like, at the end, I'm going to get the one that I want. I just have to be patient. I manifest. I'm going to get the person that I want. I don't care how long it takes. I actually find it exciting that I cannot get it right away. You know, so he's interesting. He's interesting, definitely. Okay, 17 Vernon. Okay. Okay. For Vernon, we have Sweet Surrender. Sweet Surrender. We have the Sweetest Taboo, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, he's still weird. There's something about when I read for Vernon, it's so weird. Usually the cards that I get when I place them, it's like they're supposed to, like, it would make more sense if they are like on the other way, like different positions, but he always gets them on the other way. Like it's very odd. But I guess his energy is like this. He's different. He's different. For example, for the sensual part, we have Sweet Surrender. So I think that when we think about the Sweet Surrender, definitely there's something about what he considers sexy, I would say, or what he considers sensual. It has to do with, you know, just maybe he would enjoy a partner that doesn't pressure him. You know, there's something about him just also needing his partner to be sweet. Also, probably them, him also not having to do much to seduce them. With the sweet surrender, there's this very calm and chill energy of consent, of like, you want to be with me, like you want me and I want you. I think that he there's something about him, probably he doesn't like aggressive or authoritarian partners. With him you also have to be gentle, you have to be also sure that you want him, because he is a bit doubtful. So I don't know why. I think that with Vernon you have to go. He's like a small creature, that you have to go slow with him to not scare him, because he will run away if you do an abrupt movement. It's like he's like, let's be gentle to each other. So I don't see him being possessive nor aggressive when it comes to his sensual needs. Actually, he just wants a yes from the other side, like an openness, like you want to be with me and I want to be with you, like sort of like are you okay with this, like am I okay with you. Like I think that he definitely he needs this. He needs things to be sweet. He needs his time also. He needs his time. He probably gets overwhelmed by people that maybe are too much into PDA. Like he's not that affectionate. He's not that like he's going to grab you and touch you. He probably needs time, to get close. He's very sensual. He's definitely sensual, but he's not sexual. He's not like that aggressive or dominant, as a man. He's much more about equality. There's something about him really, him feeling like there's a surrender, like, okay, we both agree to get close and intimate like this. I need to make sure that you are okay with this, and I need to be okay with this. So for him, it's almost like sacred. Like sex is sacred. It's sacred, but it takes time for him to get there. Even if he feels very attracted to the person, and maybe he knows this person, but things have to go very smooth, because he's not someone that he gets carried away by his emotions or his passions, and he's very mindful about, he's not someone that he's going to get drunk and he's going to, oh yeah, I want to have sex with whoever. No. He's very mindful. He's very respectful. There's something about him asking for permission, I almost would say, because I think that he's like, no, I want to make sure that you want this too, so I find it cute, actually. But yeah, with the sweetest taboo, when it comes to his emotional needs, this is when things get a bit like, because with the sweetest taboo, I would get it like if it was in the sensual part, I would get it like, oh yeah, he likes different, or he just likes to experience different things. But when it comes to emotional needs, like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't know. I think that with the sweetest taboo, definitely, I think that maybe his mindset, he's just so different. I don't know how to describe this, but probably, what he considers his needs or his emotional needs actually is not that emotional. It's actually not emotional, but it's more like it can be a weird, oh yeah, like for me to feel emotionally fulfilled, I need you to buy me food or cook for me. And I know that cooked food, it could be like comforting to the soul, and it could be an emotional need as well. But there's something about him asking very weird things, not sexual things, of course, but just weird things that are out of the ordinary that make him happy when he's with this person. And I think that there's something about him being like, because I trust and I like this person very much, I can tell them that I like this. That maybe other people are like, but this is so weird, why do you want this? And he's like, but it makes me happy. It makes me happy. I don't know, sing for me till I fall asleep. Something like this. Just something, that it's not like a taboo because it's forbidden. For me, it's more like it's weird. It's like not everyone asks this or considers this an emotional need. But for him, it makes him happy. It calms him down. This is another one that I get a bit of anxiety. And I think that the more comfortable he feels with you, the more he's going to show you his awkward self. It's not that he's weird. He's not weird. If I said weird, I apologize. It's not that he's weird. He's awkward. He's awkward. And but him being with all this awkwardness, he's still a great guy. And he's very respectful. This is what I want to say. He's very respectful. And he could be a great companion. It's just that maybe his language or the way he talks, I don't know, maybe he communicates that it's like, that you say doesn't mean that. So it could be that. But it could be that he sees himself as a taboo. But I think that also probably the idea of connections and also of him recognizing his own needs, whether it's sensual or emotional, for him it's a whole galaxy of, he's like an emotional need. What is this? It's new for him. He's curious about it. He's like, and probably if he gets into a relationship with the closeness of the bond and the right person, he's going to be able to learn more about himself and his needs. Because I think that this also could be a person that he definitely needs of a partner or a special someone to help him connect a bit more with his emotionality. He is a bit, not disconnected, but there's something about, there's certain concepts that they are not in his language. Emotions, he does have them, but probably he's not really good at calling them and putting a name or a label on it. Because he didn't have the practice of someone be like, okay, how do you feel now? How do you feel right now? What do you feel about this? He's more about think. It's not so much about feel. So yeah, with the right partner, he can accomplish this. And yeah, I see this because I have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, the keyword is apprenticeship. So definitely he has a lot to learn about himself. A lot to learn and investigate and just get into a connection so you can become a master of yourself, because you definitely don't know much about yourself in connections. So please do. It's a great exercise for him. It's a great exercise for him. Okay, I'm going to continue with Chang Wook. His sensual and emotional needs. Chang Wook. Oh. Okay, for Chang Wook. Love secret. Joy and jubilation, and 10 of Cups. So yeah, for Yi Chang-wook, yeah, I think that for him, honestly, like his sensual needs, he's definitely he loves to keep. Maybe he's also someone that for him, also sex. It has to be there has to be an emotional connection. He's very romantic, but also I think that he's also someone that can have like a secret crush. You know, there's something with love secret that I think that probably he is infatuated with someone, or he longs for that person, but at the same time he acts like he doesn't. He is a bit, and I think that this is something that he does initially. First of all, because he's not that secure of himself, so he's like, I'm not sure if that person is into me. I don't know, so I better just keep to myself. I need more information, before making a move. But I think that also he probably fantasizes in secret. When you think about his sensual needs, I think that he needs those first encounters or first impressions that he has of the person that he likes or that he finds attractive, and he loves to observe the person from afar, and sort of act like a friend, like I'm just interested in you like a friend, or I see you like a colleague, and he doesn't tell people, or he doesn't give you a single sign that actually he's attracted to you or that he has feelings for you even. He prefers to sort of keep it a secret initially. I think that he does this, first of all, because there's a part of him that he maybe is a bit afraid of rejection. So he's like, I'm not sure if this person is available, if they feel the same. But at the same time, I think that he also finds it sexy or sensual to be able to adore or observe his person from afar. There's something about him being like, yeah, I better do not tell this person because I want to see them. I want to see them act in the wild. I want to see them act normal. I love that. I love that when I watch them without them knowing that I'm watching them or that I have desire for them. So he's probably acting like, yeah, like we are friends. Like, yeah, like you are just one of these people. I'm not interested. And he sort of holds this secret, actually, like, you are kind of my ideal person, or I find you attractive. And he finds it sensual and sexual to be able to observe the person being themselves without them suspecting that he actually has an interest, because I think that he's very cautious. Honestly, there's something about him being very cautious, even though, maybe he has his needs, he has his sensual or sexual needs, he doesn't act right away. I think that he prefers, also he prefers a bit of mystery. He prefers a bit of like, yeah, I prefer to fantasize about this person because I don't know if maybe he had this experience in the past where he used to like someone, but then once he got close to this person and he got to know them for real, actually like the whole fantasy that he had, it sort of fall apart. So I think that he's like, I prefer to just, let's leave the fantasy at a distance, because once I get to know them or they get to know me, it's not like I envisioned, actually. He's a very sensitive guy. He also he probably has a lot of imagination, and he probably idealizes people a lot, or he observes people and tends to be like, oh, I bet they are like this, or I bet they like this. And he sort of is trying to use his intuition or observation and be like, oh, I'm sure they are this kind of person. But then, once reality hits, he probably gets a bit disappointed, but he loves to have this sort of secret, oh, no one knows that I like this person. So for him, that's sexy. That's sexy. And actually, then maybe he reveals this to the person that he likes, and they are like, oh my God, like, how long had you been doing this? Like it's so weird. But he definitely does this because he is cautious. Definitely, he's cautious. Yeah, when it comes to his emotional needs with joy and jubilation, um, yeah, I think that his emotional needs is to have fun and to maybe he's in a relationship to be able to bring this person along to his, when he's hanging out with his peers, with his colleagues, with, just like, being able to be part of the community, having fun, celebrating, going to birthday celebrations, weddings, of course that there's something about him, maybe because obviously he's an actor, so it's not like he's going to appear holding hands with someone, but he sort of enjoys knowing that his special someone is in that group. So maybe if he's dating someone, he goes to parties and this person also attends these parties, so it's like they are in the same, they run in the same circles, so even though they cannot be together in there, but he's like, the person is here, my person is here, they came, so I think that he really loves this. He loves, also probably his person to be part of his group of friends or his family. There's something, he's a very, I would say a family-oriented guy. He's like, if you want to be part of my life, you have to accept my family, or you have to come with us. You have to be part of the celebrations. You like if you are someone that you're like, no, I don't know if I should go. He probably will get offended. For him, his group of people is very important, and also I think that he is also someone that maybe he loves parties or he loves celebrations like weddings, anniversaries, like any kind of celebration. I see him choose, like, or even just hanging out with his group of friends. He loves that, when they all get together, and they have this moment of celebration. I believe that he loves that sentiment, and he wants to have this person by his side. He feels secure. He's like, oh, if my person showed up, if they are here, I feel like my night is complete. There's something about him thinking about that person while he is having fun in a sort of celebration. For him, it's necessary. It seems like he needs his person to assist with him to these things. Maybe because he's a bit codependent. Like he's like, I would prefer for you to be here with me. I don't want you to go alone. I don't want to go alone. Come with me. So definitely, yeah. You will have to be also open to do this. And also, yeah, with the Ten of Cups, see also the Ten of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. In this card, in this deck, it says the keyword is honor. So I think that for him, I think that what makes him happy is to have his special someone be part of his community, and probably the acceptance of his community or his group of people or his family. He needs to have them all together, getting along, having fun, loving him. He's like, I need to have you all guys together. Like that's how I feel rewarded emotionally, when I have all the people that I love in the same space, building. I think that he's very, he's like this, he needs his people, and probably he also, for him, it's important that his family or his friends approve of his partner. For him, it's very important. So if you're not accepted by his family, you're not going to get him. Okay, I'm going to continue with the last one with Rowoon. I call him Rowoon. Is that okay? Or is Rowoon? It's Rowoon, right? I call him Rowoon, but it's Rowoon, I believe. Okay. For Rowoon, we have erotic bliss. So, yes, SF9. Yeah, but I pronounced it Rowoon, and actually it's Rowoon. A beautiful face. And King of Wands. Ah, the W is silent. Oh, wow. It's difficult. Okay. Yeah, but I believe he is the tallest. He is the tallest of them all. I mean, I think that when it comes to his sensual needs, he's very clear. He wants an erotic bliss. He wants the pleasure. He wants like a very erotic experience. It's like he definitely has experienced this in the past, so he knows that, you know, he has to feel the bliss. You know, he has to feel blessed erotically. I think that maybe for him is like, you know, I think that this has to do with the aftermath, you know, of a sexual encounter. He has to also have the whole experience, you know. It has to be very, very beautiful, you know. It has to be very, like, you have to be a good lover. This is what I get. When it comes to his sexual needs or sensual needs, I think that you have to be a great companion, but you also have to be a good lover. If you don't know what you're doing, I think that you will not make it with him. I think that he has experience. He knows, he differentiates from women that enjoy sex and women that pretend. So I don't know why I get that. I don't know how old he is, but it seems like, I don't know, has he dated older women? Because I see that with erotic bliss, I think that he's like, I had great lovers. They taught me what erotic bliss is. So this is why his standards are literally tall, are very high, because he probably had great experiences with great lovers. So he's like, you know, if you can be very pretty, but if you don't, if I cannot reach that erotic bliss, like I know I haven't had like a good experience, and he probably expects, you know, this experience to be very, very fulfilling, very fulfilling. He also puts a lot of himself, but I think that there's something about the women taking the lead or teaching him things, like giving him experience about like how to treat a woman or how to differentiate, like, you know, when a woman is satisfied, when a woman is faking it. You know, I think that he's a great lover, but there's something about like, yeah, he is because someone taught him, you know, taught him the differences, the ways. This is why he knows. I think that out of all the people that I read for today in this matter, in this sensual / sexual part, I think that definitely he knows, like he had at some point his sexual needs met. So this is why he's like, I want the erotic bliss. Like, I'm sorry. Like I don't care how you look like, but let's give each other a great experience. Yeah, and I think that yeah, when it comes to his emotional needs, he has a beautiful face. So again, this is someone that probably he falls for a beautiful face. You know, probably he doesn't look at the body. He just likes like a beautiful face. You know, someone that is very harmonious on the face, or just has like, you know, a cute eyes or a cute smile. You know, there's something about like, you know, I, instead of looking at all the parts of the body, I focus on their faces. Like, I really like their faces. And I think that I got this card also for GD last week. So, it's like I said, like he's sort of a sucker for beautiful faces. And I think that for Rowoon is the same. He's like, yeah, I fall. Probably it's more the eyes than the rest of the face. Probably it's more like I love pretty eyes or eyes that have a certain appearance. And he just gets lost in this person's eyes. But yeah, he probably is like, I love beautiful things. But yeah, he probably falls in love at first sight. There's something about him, he sees something beautiful, he falls in love, and he just loves a beautiful face. Yeah, we have the King of Wands. So yeah, this is very. I think that definitely he's a very passionate man. This is why we have the King of Wands here naked, because he's really mature. This is why I was like, he's 28. Ah, he's 28. Yeah, because he seems very, like, this is why we have the breakthrough. There's something about him probably this year. He sort of got rid of all limitations. I don't know what happened with him, if he sort of went through a glow up or he really had a good year professionally, that he sort of like become like this King of Wands, very like, him going towards his goals and him showing his passionate and authentic self, and he being like, finally, I can be me, I can shine because of me, because I am brave. He's a very masculine man as well. He's not a child. He's not, yeah, he's 28, he's a very mature, experienced man. He's not an innocent, fragile looking man. He is a man. He is very confident. He's very authentic. I would say, like, and mostly in this period of his life, I think that probably part of his attractiveness is that he is very, very courageous. I would say, I don't know, I believe I watched a few things of his, as when it comes to acting, but I think that he's making very bold decisions. And he's just feeling so empowered. He's feeling so empowered. He's feeling so passionate, so vibrant. His energy is like, no one is going to stop me now. So I think that for him, this is why he's like, yeah, I like what I like. And yeah, this is me. This is me. When I like someone or when I have a need, I go and satisfy that need. I think that he's probably one of all these people that probably has it more, he's more aware of what is to fulfill these needs. He's more in contact with this. I think that he's 28, there's something about this 28 era, this age that he's in at the moment, that this is a year of a lot of revelations, a lot of him getting rid of a lot of frustrations and just, standing up for himself and being like, yeah, I am a man and I have needs and I will go and fulfill my needs and I will go and try to find what makes me happy. So I see him also defending his choices, showing pride in the choices that he has made, not hiding, not, I think that when we see the King of Wands naked, this is a very brave person. Maybe he can come off a bit, a bit like people maybe being a bit like, oh, you are being too much right now, or we are seeing a lot of you right now, or you are being too honest. But I think that the guy is just being himself, and he's embracing his authenticity. So I think that he's unstoppable. I see him, like, is he working on a new drama or something? Because I see him very passionate. Like, definitely he's going places. He's feeling so free. Okay. Yeah, he was a former member of SF9. Yeah, but now he's like, yeah, I'm a man of my age and I make my decisions. Yeah, like, Like, I like it because he's not frustrated at all. He had his satisfactions. He's a very experienced man. He's a very experienced man. I like it. I like it. Yeah, definitely, Giorgiolino, definitely. I like it. I prefer for him to be this, this, because usually when I read for some actors, they give me very depressing vibes. But him, he's so liberated. He's so liberated that I think that that's admirable. In that industry that is so toxic, finding a man like this so honest, I think that I wish we could see more of that. We can go. We can continue if you guys like it. We can continue another week. I can do a new post, and you guys can leave new. Because I believe I got almost all of them. I don't know what you guys think. If I should do another one on on the other Wednesday, it's up to you guys. And thank you for adding different people. Like, I really appreciate that there were some actors in here, that there was some different names, not always like the same people. I appreciate that. Okay, I will create a new post so I don't confuse people. I will create a new post before next Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. It's a nice series, yeah. And it gives positive, yeah. I feel it definitely as well. I feel it. I feel it. I definitely feel it. Yeah, I think that we need to be entertained, guys, honestly. Because in the K-pop or K-drama community, like, there's a lot of, like we are all feeling, like, a bit sensitive over a lot of things that we're going through. So it's nice to have, to be able to just entertain ourselves, and of course to talk about our favorites, that this is our moment, our moment to talk with the tarot about our favorites. Yeah, positive energies. Yeah, guys. We have to enter 2025 with better energy. Let's do what we can. Let's do what we can. Let's change our routine. Let's change something. Pluto is entering Aquarius. Let's embrace change. Let's embrace uniqueness. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go of old patterns. Let's leave them all behind. Let's embrace this new Pluto in Aquarius. Let's embrace. Please, please. We had enough. A lot of years. A lot of years. So yeah, this is a new era. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best, guys. We are trying. We are trying. Yeah. Yeah, we're finally getting rid of, oh my God, like, let's try to be positive, yeah. It's too much, too much. Yeah, me too. Okay, next Saturday, next Saturday, let's see what news comes up, or maybe if you have another ideas on Saturday, let's see what happens in K-pop or K-drama, and let's see what I can read about on Saturday. Let's make it, more, because I don't have anything, like, unless I do a post and some people recommend some future readings for Saturday. But yeah, as someone with bunch of cardinal signs, this is a little relief of my neck. Yeah, same. Like, I just need to breathe. Let us breathe. But yeah, I will try to create a post, or you guys that are on Discord, you can also leave on the suggestion chat. You can also leave for Saturday, like if you have any subject that you want me to read on. But yeah, let's do this. Yeah, thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me rant through all this process. Yeah, let's give Luna the best energy, so she can find a bit of relief and she can finally rest when she's ready. But let's see. It's, I don't know. It's a thing of, day by day. We cannot know. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for all the good vibes, and thank you. Yeah, there is a Discord. Yeah, on my videos, maybe you will find the link on the videos that I post, the videos for the channel. Thank you guys. Have a lovely week. See you on Saturday.